England is facing a homelessness epidemic, with the number of children living in temporary accommodation hitting the highest level since records began. Official figures released today show a total of 117,450 households are being forced to live in temporary homes, the highest figure since 1998. This includes 74,530 households with children, an increase of 14.7% since March last year. The previous high since figures began in 2002 was 74,180 back in 2005. In total, 151,630 children are living in temporary accommodation. The data released by the Ministry of Housing, Communities and Local Government also showed 17,750 families are living in B&B accommodation, up 30% on last year. Rick Henderson, CEO at Homeless Link, responded, "Everyone needs a safe place to live. But, whether it's rough sleeping, temporary accommodation or sofa surfing, England faces a homelessness epidemic. People's lives are being blighted by insecurity, while the costs mean councils across the country are facing bankruptcy. Clearly this must change," the Local Government Association added. "The shortage of affordable housing means that more and more people are having to turn to their local council for support, and these figures worryingly show councils are supporting another record high number of households living in temporary accommodation." Separate figures from the Ministry of Justice today also show almost 3,000 households privately renting were removed from their homes by bailiffs after receiving a no-fault eviction notice from their landlord. The housing charity Shelter said this was up 31% in a year and the highest for 6 years. Labour has promised to scrap no-fault eviction notices after the Tories failed to deliver on their 2019 manifesto pledge to abolish the practice. Polly Neate, chief executive of Shelter, said, "As we hit yet another devastating record on homelessness, and evictions continue to rise, this government must succeed where previous governments have failed and tackle the housing emergency head-on." Without a clear plan to invest in genuinely affordable social homes, thousands more children will be forced to grow up in damaging temporary accommodation, spending months if not years living out of suitcases, crammed into grim bedsits and B&Bs, and unable to put down any roots. Deputy PM and Housing Secretary Angela Rayner added, "We are facing the most acute housing crisis in living memory, and homelessness remains at record levels. This is nothing short of a national scandal." She added, "Urgent action must be taken to fix this. That's why we are working across government and with local leaders to develop a long-term strategy to end homelessness for good." Work is already underway to stop people from becoming homelessness in the first place. This includes delivering the biggest increase in social and affordable home building in a generation, abolishing Section 21 no-fault evictions and a multi-million-pound package to provide homes for families most at risk of homelessness.